It's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 52 of MiTV, and we have balloons because it's MiPA's 10th birthday this month. Can you believe it's 5 years of me being self-employed and then 5 years of me growing a business. So I thought, what better way than to celebrate than to sift through all of my experiences over the past 10 years and create my top 10 tips for you, which will hopefully get your head out of the dirt and take it right up into the clouds. So you know I like a prop. So tip number 1 is happy people create great experiences. Now obviously I have a team of 12 here in Manchester, and whether you have one person, whether you're looking to take on staff, happy people in your team solve lots of problems, because ultimately the service, the product they deliver, their interaction with people about your business, they become fans and ambassadors, is one of the key things to make sure that your business grows and provides amazing customer service. In MiPA, we try and make the atmosphere and the environment to work in as nice as possible. We get together, we spend time together. We actually like spending time together, and we go out for dinner. We're going out for our birthday dinner next Saturday, actually. But we do things together because we know that we have this team ethos and bonding that makes the business grow and makes our customers really happy. So happy people create great experiences. Point number 2. Every single down takes you to a bigger up. So I have mentioned last year was a bit difficult, but ultimately, and I have living proof of this so many times throughout the last 10 years, there have been situations like everybody will have in life or in business where it's really tough and you don't always necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel at that point. However, without fail, every single time has taken us to a much bigger and better place. So here now we've sifted through into a really amazing team. We have more processes. It's a much calmer and nicer place to be. So whenever you're facing those moments, just have faith in the fact that you get through them and they always level you up to a bigger and better place. So tip number 3, it is really important who you spend your time with. There's a stat that says you generally will earn the salary of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. My friends have completely changed from when I started my business to who I hang around with now. And also professionally, I've joined mastermind groups. I've actively sought out hanging around with people that have successful businesses, that are ambitious, that you can learn from. You know, it's never cool to be the smartest person in the room. So really thinking about who you spend your time with and those people that are going to lift you up and push you on and that you can model to help and to grow yourself either professionally or personally is really important. So who you spend your time with can have massive effects on whether you're successful or whether it's more of a struggle in business. Tip number 4. Don't ever compare your journey with anyone else's. I mentioned in last week's episode the week before about Shoe Dog, the story of Phil Knight, who started Nike. It was like 15 years in until their business actually started to become viable, and they were no longer spent most days without any money in the bank. It's so easy, and I know I can be guilty of this a lot, to think about, should my business be bigger now? Should I be doing something else? Should I be earning more money? And comparing yourself with other people, especially in such a social media heavy world where everybody presents the best of themselves. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is yours, and whether it takes 1 year or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, just keep focused on what you enjoy and your goals and what you do. And the comparison absolutely serves nothing. You can't compare your page 23 with somebody else's page 85. You don't know what's happened in between. Just keep on keeping on with what you do. That is the smart move. And tip number 5. That was a loud one. The more you leverage your time, the bigger your business is going to grow, the more you will earn. And I have experienced this at multiple stages throughout my journey. So the first one was in October 2015 was the first time, I think there was 5 or 6 of us at that point. It was the first time that I completely gave up delivering all of the work. So I didn't have any client work anymore. I no longer delivered PA tasks. I no longer answered any calls. And the marked difference between October 2015 and October 2016 in terms of turnover was huge. It was one of our biggest jumps. So every single time I delegate more tasks, offload more things so I can each time concentrate on the more and the higher value tasks, it has a direct effect on the performance of the business. For the first time ever, and it's probably like 3 years too late, but a member of the team is then going to be helping me with sales and marketing. So again, don't let things bottleneck through yourself, and that will enable me to go and bring in more leads, make more business opportunities, create more partnerships, leverage your time, and your business, your family will thank you for it, because you either can earn more as a result of it, or you claw the time back and you can choose how to spend it, because obviously time is so precious and you should decide what you do with it. Tip number 6, respect everyone and listen to no one. This is a slight steal from Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my idols, still my number one. However, it really rings true with my experiences and part of my journey. So especially when you start a business, I think your friends, your family, everyone wants to always help. They'll have opinions. A lot of the time, the opinions that friends and family give you are to keep you safe, as opposed to you actually going and doing what you need to do. It's really important to have that bubble around you so that you listen to people's advice. Everybody has an opinion, advice, that's fine, but you don't have to follow it. You can still stay true to your own gut feeling and your own instincts and opinions. The more that I kind of detach myself from letting other people's opinions affect me too much, again, the more progress I started to make, both personally and in my business. So, of course, people around you care for you and will give advice, but definitely take it on board, but you don't have to do anything with it. Still make your own judgment. Tip number 7 is show up. So there will be times when you may think, I'll just cancel this meeting, or I will just clear my diary today and I'll stay at home, or I'll go and do whatever with my friends, or you just won't feel like doing the things that you know you're meant to do. In my experience, those times when you still get up and you have the discipline to go up and do those things you don't feel like are when the good things happen. Loads of times I've been to events or travelled to Birmingham or travelled somewhere that seemed like a bit of a chore to begin with, but when you get there you meet really amazing people, and opportunities and work and other things come from it. At the moment I've got a business opportunity from somebody that I connected with on LinkedIn, and then I went to meet him, and good things happen when you put yourself out there and go up and show up. So the days you don't feel like doing it, just think about what you might miss out on. Point number 8 is learn to say no. I'm getting lots better at this. It's still a work in progress, but did you know that Warren Buffett keeps his diary free most of the time, because he says that when he has time to read and think, it's when he makes his best investments, and it's when he makes his best decisions in life. He utterly 100% believes that no productivity comes from having your diary maxed out all the time, or travelling from meeting to meeting and being back-to-back meetings. You can't even do anything with the stuff if you've been in back-to-back meetings. He keeps his diary as free as possible. Now, I'm growing a business and I'm not Warren Buffett, so I don't do that. But what I do is that when I know that something is not a good use of my time, I learn to say no, and I don't let people just claim it from me and time vampire me. It's really important to think, is this a really good use of my time? Is it a good idea travelling there? It's important to have the downtime. I know that now, like in March, I've been quite specific that I'm going to be in the office most of the time so that we can get some good stuff done. Be aware of that. Be aware of your time and where it goes, and are you meeting and spending your time with the right people. And tip number 9 is, it's a bit of a damp squib, is work hard. Now, I'm a big believer in achieving what you want to only comes from hard work and graft and persistence. Rome wasn't built in a day, so I know there's those times where it may seem like the work's never ending, but that's where it comes from. Nobody's story, nobody that's a really big success comes from a very quick win. Nobody gets them. It's all about the days and nights that you don't see, when it's just pure commitment to your passion and goals that's put in. I do believe that you need the passion and the goals. You need to be enjoying what you're doing, and you see the much bigger picture and you work towards it, but without hard work, it isn't going to happen. There is no quick win, there is no instant gratification or short-term goals. It's all about the continual commitment to what you want, and that's when you will get it. So work hard, but more importantly, enjoy it. And tip number 10 is celebrate. It's really important just to reflect, pat yourself on the back, and take stock of what you've achieved so far, because that is the motivation to push yourself forward. Don't be too hard on yourself. I think business owners can be very guilty of doing that, but just celebrate and take the time to think about what you've done and do lots more of it. Well, I hope this mammoth, it's almost like the Christmas special of MiPAs, this extra long version of 10 top tips, helps you to get your head out of the dirt and into the clouds. And for all of those of you that comment on my stuff or respond or email me or just watch, I hope it helps, and thank you to all of you because it really means a lot. And I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 53 and for the next 10 years of videos as well. It's probably a commitment I didn't want to make on video. But I look forward to seeing you next week and see you then. Bye bye.